continue. This is very particular case. So the next screen is calculation of the taxes. So on the basis of all the information that you entered, the system will calculate taxes for you. You just need to review it and validate if everything is correct. I'm not going to show it to you on the screen. I'm going to show it to you on the PDF because there is a real PPS number information here. It's not possible to run the calculation on fake PPS numbers. So that's the calculation. So it's exactly what you would see in the system. It's just on the PDF and PPS number is removed. So it relates the summary of all the details entered. So Kate's total income that we entered, 1,000 from job seekers benefit, 20,000 profit on her trade. So in total, 21,000. So the net income is 21,000 for tax purposes. Then any allowances reliefs would go here if she didn't have any. So the tax is calculated on 21,000 and 20 at 20%. So the tax chargeable for this period is 4,200. Then all her tax credits go in here. So personal tax credit, self-employed tax credit, health expenses tax credit. In total, she has 3,200 tax credits. If we deduct it from the final tax liability, 4,200, the remaining tax liability is 1,000. Okay, so that's her net tax liability, but this is just one component, income tax. Then we move on to PRSI and universal social charge. So this is the computation of universal social charge for her on the base income of 20,000. The 1,000 of job seekers benefit is not taken into account here. So on 20,000, these are the percentages and thresholds as per specified every year by the revenue. So the system takes it, calculates it automatically. You don't have to do it. You just need to review it. So her universal social charge is 222. Then PRSI calculation, the third component. Again, on her trading profits of 20,000, as I mentioned earlier, PRSI at 4% of her profits. So it comes to 800 in total. So the next point is computation of final liability. So the system again summarizes everything. So the tax calculated income tax was 402,000, universal social charge 222, PRSI 800, in total 5,222, deduct tax credits of 3,200, and the net total liability is 2,022. This consists of the three components: income tax, universal social charge, and PRSI. This is how much Kate has to pay for the year. All right. Next, we will come back to our application, our ROS application. Just let me, okay. I'll pop it on the screen here. So that was the calculate module, this section. Now we move on to, we have a few more left. So capital gains, if you sold a property, chargeable assets, that's again a very particular scenario related to premises. Capital acquisitions, if you acquired any shares or properties, again, property-based incentives. So all these sections relate to if someone owned or traded properties. And the next one is IT self-assessment, very important one. This is when your final figures are pulled in from the system, and this is specifying what is tax, dividing your tax liabilities into components and specifying the final tax to be paid. So the system will automatically calculate column A. This is as per the revenue calculation. So your total income, your total tax liability, your universal social charge, your PRSI, total of the taxes due, then deduct, after the deduction of tax credits available, this is the amount of tax that Kate needs to pay. So it goes into this field, amount of tax payable for this period before any refund. There were no refunds. Then amounts of tax payable for this period, again, 2022. And if you agree, this column would be blank. This is your self-assessment figures. So if you agree with these figures, you tick yes, I agree, and transfer the values to self-assessment column. and the system will transfer all these values to your column. That means that you agree with the revenue calculation and you accept the figures. At the end, you tick, I declare the above is my self-assessment income, and basically that's your tax return done.